Peace, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful as, magical as moment in time. You know me and my energy. So, I'm in the midst of making my own Orgonite pyramid. But for those of you who don't know what Orgonite pyramids are, they're basically pyramids that help block EMP, EMF radiation. And the EMP, EMF radiation, it pretty much is something that's really not good for your entire vibratory field, your system. It can cause all types of cancer, nosebleeds, um, blood can come out of your ears, blood can come out of your eyes. It causes you to be tired. It causes you to forget. It causes you to have chest pains. It causes you to have health problems. It causes you to have brain damage. And for so many of you, you have children that are on their phones 24 hours, 7 days a week. And what many of you don't know is that they have put up like basically 5G towers literally all over the place. And EMP is basically an electromagnetic pulse, but a large part of it is like it's a very low frequency pulse, and it gives out a lot of ultraviolet radiation, and it's not really good for you. And they put up 5G towers literally everywhere. And well, right now the towers that they have activated are towers that are in Los Angeles as well as Chicago. And a lot of people don't know what 5G is. It's basically you being radiated. It's just like the best example I can give you is like you sticking your head in a microwave and someone turning it on high. And this is why it's important for you not to sleep with your cell phones. You really shouldn't have your cell phone in your room at all when you're asleep. So I figured that many of you don't know what 5G is. You figure just because they tell you 5G, they've gone from 4G to 5G and it's going to make your phones faster. Well, that's not necessarily the case. What it's doing is it's making you sick. So you can do your own research further on what 5G is, what EMP is, what EMF is, basically that whole entire message. My job is to bring you to the water. Now you have to drink for yourself. I can't do all the work for you. Plus, it's good anyways for you to do your own homework, right? So what it is that I'm doing is I have Joy, come here, babe. I have Orgonite pyramids, and the Orgonite pyramids that I have, can you go in my room and get the Orgonite pyramids? The pyramid ones. Now, I purchased a couple of my own Orgonite pyramids, and you can purchase your own yourself. However, to purchase just like a regular base size one, is this the only kind I have? This the only one you see?
No. Yeah, this is the only one.
This is what they look like, right? And they have different crystals inside of them that helps repel electromagnetic pulse, low vibrational frequencies. Now, for something just about this size, you're looking at about $20 per pyramid, average, not including shipping and handling. The way that the energies are coming through right now is that you're going to need like hundreds of these in your house just to combat all the radiation that's going through your house. Like, we are literally right now being microwaved. What the hell is wrong with the government? I don't know. But the thing about it is, if you are a natural being, basically what they call a black person, because a lot of black people don't like to be called black. Okay, I know, I get it. But there's a whole nother science behind that. I'm not going to get into that right now. If you're black, basically radiation, what it's doing is it's supercharging your body. And that's a whole nother lesson. I'll get into that another time. But in the meantime, for those of you who don't know about how it's supercharging your body, and for those of you who are not black people, you're being hurt, harmed, and injured with the radiation that's coming through your cell phones. Not just through your cell phones, through the towers that have been put up all over your cities, right? Cell phones, cell phone towers. There are microwaves. Hopefully, you're not using a microwave because a microwave is making you sick. When you eat specific foods, it makes you sick. There's so much. So, being that my channel is consisting of knowledge here, I figured that I would go live and show you some of my own personal Orgonite pyramids that I'm making. Now, you can make them this way. There are ways that you can make it this way. But for someone like me, who I like a lot, I love things in mass and bulk. And I love doing projects as well. So I wanted to show you my own personal Orgonite pyramids that I'm making to put up all over my place. And instead of me spending like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on getting a few of them, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 of these times what, 25, you do the math. And that's still not enough because I'm pretty sure I'll still need more. These are smaller, these are tiny compared to the jars here that I grabbed at the Dollar Tree. Everything that I'm about to show you, I got it at the Dollar Tree. You can literally make this stuff yourself. And I'm about to show you how you can do that. I'm going to show you some supplies that you're going to need, okay? So, what I have here, I'm making my own. So I got copper wire. It's good to have copper wire. This is why a lot of you are getting rid of your pennies. If you have pennies, you can actually use pennies as well, okay? Because that's copper. And that's going to help with the radiation right now. I also have this. I actually ordered this online on Amazon. I forgot how much I paid for it, so I don't want to look it up right now. So you can actually get these at a hardware store. Here's another form of a copper wire that I have. If you can see that. I'm sorry, I have to use my cell phone. I'm showing you the best I can, but I got a big spool of this, about this size, at Home Depot. Okay, now what else I did was I went to the art supply store and I grabbed some more of these smaller type of quartz crystals. Now these were about $2 per crystal. Yeah, $2 each per crystal. Okay, and I also have these jars right here. I got these from the Dollar Tree. I got these rocks here from the Dollar Tree. Okay, and I got these. You can get these from the Dollar Tree, but when I went, I forgot, so I had to order them online, and they just showed up today. And I also got this wire cutter, and I think I paid about $4 for this. And these, I paid about $4 for these. And there's 6 of them that come in a pack. Okay, now those are some basics of what it is that I have just to start your own Orgonite pyramids around your house. Okay, the basics. Now, another thing I have crystals everywhere. Literally, like all over my house, I have crystals everywhere. But I live in a building that is Wi-Fi. So because the building is Wi-Fi, guess what they did? They made an announcement to tell all of us that they put up a 5G tower pretty much in our building. Everyone thinks it's grand and it's beautiful and it's lovely because we pretty much have courthouse speed type of internet and also hospital type speed internet. But for someone like me who's very holistic and healthy, I'm very much into artificial intelligence technology. I keep up with stuff like that. So I always have crystals on me. You can like get these crystals from anywhere. You can buy them in bulk on Amazon, and you don't have to worry about which color you want to get. You can get different types of crystals. I also keep natural silver around. I don't care if it's like quarters or nickels or pennies. Keep that around. But there is a reason that I have crystals everywhere. Rocks are crystals, but crystals are crystals as well. So I'm about to show you live here how to make your own. So you see all the supplies that I have, okay? Now with that little copper wire that I put here, that I made from here, what I did was a counter, well actually a clockwise, a clockwise type of spin on this little wire here. And didn't have the pliers. There's actually another plier that you use. This actually cuts it, but I'm doing my best with what I have because I don't want to just keep spending money for every little thing that I feel I need. I want to make do with what it is that I have here. And plus I want to show those of you who are on a budget how you can actually protect yourself from all this radiation that's coming through. That what it does is it lowers your immune system. And when it lowers your immune system, then anytime there's a wave of flus that come through, whether it's swine flu, superbugs, any of that, and you're not eating right, and you have meat, dairy, milk, eggs, and cheese in your system, that also weakens your immune system. So when that weakens your immune system, you also have the 5G towers of the radiation weakening your immune system. And then many of you are eating fast food, that's weakening your immune system. And then many of you are microwaving your leftovers, that's weakening your immune system. And then you're not washing your hands the first thing you do when you come from outside, and you're touching everything in your house, and then you're not taking your shoes off before you come inside of your house. You're walking in your homes with the same exact shoes that you just walked on the earth with so many millions of people who just walked that same place or spit up or God knows what else they did in that spot. So it's up to you right now to practice holistic health. It's up to you to be clean, to be natural, to be safe. Not just for the sake of you, but for the sake of your children, for the sake of your family. And watch them germ bugs, right? Now we're just barely making it from spring into summer. And anytime the weather changes, there's always some type of flu or bug or illness that's out there anyways. There's another super bug that's going around right now, and it's attacking your immune system. But the main thing is, I'm showing you, that's a whole nother video, by the way. I'm trying to show you how you can create your own Orgonite pyramids, the poor man's way. But to me, it may be the poor man's way, but at the same time, this is brilliant to me because not only do you have more than a small little pyramid, there it is. You have more of a small little pyramid, but you can make your own. And I'm pretty sure by the time I finish filling this up, everything that I put in here is going to be less than $2 or $3. Well, this alone was $2. So let's just say less than $4 for one that's taller, and you would have been paying 20 bucks for these. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start making my own now. Now, what I'm doing, that sound that you hear in the background, what I'm using, okay, first of all, crystals, they go off, once they hear a sound, crystals never forget a sound. And because of me knowing that, I decided that I wanted to program my crystals with a specific sound, just like my daughters program their crystals when they sell their Asterosian candles. Now, those are on my website as well as my daughter's creation, where they invented being the first ones to put crystals inside of candles. Now everyone's doing it, but no one was doing it when we first started. Anyways, no, don't even matter. We're at a place right now where you have to use wisdom in all things. Don't just hear the knowledge, but apply the knowledge, especially when it comes to you, your family, your life. Start putting in specific measures that you are basically giving back to the universe to show your appreciation for even being in this plane of existence. Even to be able to keep up with the frequencies, you have to be able to vibe with the frequencies, okay? So what you're listening to right now is you're listening to a radiation detox. It's a radiation and a chemtrail and a GMO and a metal detox with accelerated healing, binaural mega detox healing, okay? Now, this is using resonance to kill. frequencies that disable microbodies, promotes healing by removing the pathogens that is solving or that is poisoning the system. I don't know about copyright. Let me not put that too close because I want y'all to get this video. This eliminates the constant pouring of microtoxins, thus giving the body a chance to catch up with its garbage removal duties. Once the system is free of excessive debris, the body can focus on repairing tissues and improving nutrient uptake for energy production. So this is why so many of you are tired too. Have you noticed that you're tired? Like you just woke up and you slept a nice, usually when we wake up, we used to sleep 7 or 6 or 8 hours or even 5 hours, and we weren't as tired as we are now. So it's because there's a lot of, we're being sprayed with chemtrails, and the chemtrails has a whole nother field of radiations and metals in it. And then they have the 5G towers that are being put up. And then on top of that, there are nanotechnology and chips, and most of us are addicted to chips. And many of you don't even know about nanobots. There are specific nanobots that go inside of your hand when you are even holding your cell phone, and you don't even realize that there are these small little metal bugs that come out of your cell phone into your skin, and they go all the way up to your brain, and they program you. You can look it up. There's tones and frequencies for it right now on YouTube. It's called nanobots. Okay, now for the sake of this video, so it won't be too long, let's go ahead and start building. I'm just gonna do probably this one, a couple on camera, and then you have everything that you need. You can also rewind the video as needed and create your own. Okay, now let me go ahead and start adding my rocks to this glass jar. Oh geez, what is this? Okay, now they just look like regular rocks that you see on the beach. Now for the sake of what I'm trying to do here, I want to show you some different ways to get this going. Now, I got this big ass metal thing over here. I'm trying to do my best to put it on camera, but for the sake of camera, see, I'm trying to cut this and it's not cutting. So I may have to use my smaller wire. Oh, it worked. Okay, so I got like enough wire right there. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this and I'm gonna actually bend it in a, let's see, a clockwise rotation. So you can't see me bending it, but I'm just gonna bend it right now. You don't need to see me bend it. I'm just gonna do my best to bend it with my hands because I don't have the wire bender that you can use to bend with this. So I'm gonna do my best to make it as coiled as I possibly can, to try to be as close as I can to look like this. But before I get to that part, what I'm gonna do for the sake of this jar, I wanna wire it upwards. Because this jar is so huge. So I may have to do just a little piece at a time. All right. So what you're hearing is you're hearing those frequencies in the back, and they're programming my crystals, as well as they're also helping me just to listen to them. And you don't have to listen to them with headphones, especially because you can if you want to. But for now, for the sake of not just this video, but for the sake of so my crystals can hear them, I'm gonna leave that just like that. Okay. So to try to fit this inside of the jar as best as I can. Jeez. And you gotta like bend this right too with your fingers. And this is a pretty thick wire too, so I'll play with it just a little bit. You can get it right. Okay. So that fits in there, kind of. Okay. It's in there. Okay. So, you see that wire? It went in there. Now, I like how that looks. That wire, that coil is in there. Now, I'm going to add some more rocks. There's that coil in there. I love this. Okay. Now, I have this in here with the rocks. But what I want to do is I want to do something a little extra to mine. You don't have to add crystals, but you can. I just want to do it because I have a lot of crystals, a lot. And they're just sitting around, So I figure if they're going to sit around, I might as well put them to use. So I'm going to add crystals to the base, of this. Like I said, once again, you can use only rocks. I saw 2 different types of rocks at the Dollar Tree. There were white rocks and there were also the colored rocks that you see here in the bags. I have a ton of crystals. There's another little coil one I can use. And then I have these little tiny ones as well. I can sprinkle these in, but those are kind of tiny. I don't really need them. I'm just showing you some examples of different types of crystals. Okay, so now that I have these rocks inside of there, the next thing that I'm going to do, I want to do is I'm going to take these are the coil pads, right? And I'm just going to place it inside of here as best as I can. To ground it. See how that fits in there nice and snug? Now you can see that in there. There's that little coil popping up. Okay, now I'm gonna try to get this a little closer so you can see how that looks so far. You can't really see the crystals in there, so I just like it in there to give me that extra crystal vibration. And these are crystals that I always sit them out in the moon to charge them. The full moons a lot, the new moons a lot. Okay, so now I have that. The next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut another piece of white because, well, do I need it? I think I'm going to use this little one. The one that I made earlier, that small one, to show you example of this. Because technically what I need now is I can use one of these, okay, that I already wrapped some of this little small baby wire around it. Now, you can use the big thick wire that you saw me put in here. You can actually wrap this around the crystal, but because it seemed hard to me without the proper wire holder, okay? Now, take this crystal here and see this little center point right here? Put it right smack in the middle of here, like where your finger would go. Just take it and add it there, okay? Now, that's there. It's there. But now that it's there, what I want to do now is I want to add more rocks. You kind of see that? That coil in there? I want to add more rocks. Not crystals, but rocks. Now, one of my mentors, his name is Dr. Delbert Blair. I highly recommend that many of you check out his stuff. He's no longer on this planet, but he does channel through me a lot, and I still have communication with him. But he spoke about these times years ago, years ago. And he's basically someone who talks a lot about UFOs, out of galactic type of dimensional shifts. And the time when he was bringing the knowledge was a time where everyone was thinking that he was crazy, or because people did not understand what it is that he was trying to share. But there were so many people who were indigo crystal starseeds, keepers of the flame, who were under specific teachings of teachers just like Dr. Delbert Blair, Jordan Maxwell, Manly P. Hall, Bobby Hennett. We're under teachers like that because they were the ones that were basically schooling us on that specific knowledge. When many people were on religious factors and different belief systems, we were on that planetary alignment to have the downloads that we're getting to be able to help people like you. So, Dr. Blair was actually, he lived literally like down the street from me, and we used to literally go over his house all the time. And he used to have pyramids all over his house. They were all over his house, but he used to make his own. And so many times he was like, Nubian, you got to come over so I can show you how to make it. But I just never made it over his house, and I just regret the day that I was not able to make it, literally. But we used to go over Delbert Blair's house, and his whole house, just by having these all over his house, you feel like you're in a spaceship, because the energy that's vibrating off of these, they're superconductors. And because they're superconductors, they're energy conductors as well. And what they do is they not only bring forth positive energy, but it blocks radiation. It is helping to combat radiation. A lot of times you will have to put different radiation pads on your cell phone, or even to hold your cell phone. Or many of you will have to wear copper bracelets, if you know about the copper bracelets, to help you pull toxins from out of your body. So what I wanted to do, I love the way that these feel. That's what first made me want to do these. When I used to go to Delbert Blair's house, and we would sit in his house, because he used to give his classes out of his house. And his house, I kid you not, I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like a spaceship. Like literally, because you can feel his house vibrating. And it just felt so good, so natural. So it made me want to do this, but I never got a chance to it. So I'm very excited to not only these, but to show you with my first ones, putting together how to do one for yourself, how to do a few of them for yourself. So here it is. You have the, I put the rocks on there, but let me take this off, because what I meant to do before I did all that, I got that in there, but I meant to put this around it before I stuck it in there, because we have to have that coil that's in there around that. Now there's already coil around it, but to add extra coil is better too. Now I can put the rocks back around it. And that's it. It's nothing else, no more complication about it. It's simple. Simple. Let me show you. It's just as simple as that. That's it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a whole lot more of these. As you can see, I literally have 12 jars of these, but I don't have 12 of these little crystals here. I'm pretty sure I do. I have them different sizes too. So I don't just have these little small ones. So I would have my house look through my other crystals to get more of these. but I'm pretty sure I may not have 12 of these, but I'm very sure that I have at least 6 to 8 of them. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do 4 of these, and then I'm gonna place them in different places around my home. And then another thing as well is the air is getting thin. And because the air is being thin, the air is being polluted. So because the air is being polluted, it is very important for you to make sure that you're taking care of your system, because if you don't take care of your system, you're not going to be able to think clear. You're not going to be able to manifest. You're not going to be able to work. You're going to be cranky. You're going to be tired. You're going to be groggy. Now, I got some plants, but I don't just get type of plants. There are specific plants that you should look up because the feng shui of the plants is not really good to have them inside of your home. These specific plants I got, of course, because this is an aloe vera plant. Now, it's not just any plant. If right now, if the hospital shut down and you had no way to heal yourself, you would have to go back to natural medicines and holistic health. And being that that's my original background anyways, is holistic health and doing natural holistic remedies. So the aloe vera is not just here as a plant for oxygen to give off a specific vibration in my home, but also if I ever have to cut this plant off for burns, if I burn myself, or if I need to flush my system of any toxins, I can eat this, I can add it to my drink, I can add it to my juices. There's so much that you do with an aloe vera plant. It's hundreds and hundreds of things you can do with it. But for the sake of me sharing with you my Orgonites pyramids from the Dollar Tree. Now, what it is that you see here is you see the same exact pyramid here. Now, look, see the coil there? Now, you see the little Brillo pad inside of here? It's the same exact thing as right here. It's the same thing. Same thing. Now, remember the crystal that we put at the top in the middle, right here? Right there in the middle with the silver coil around it. Right here. Same exact thing. Except this, like I said, was about $20, probably looking about $25 with shipping and handling. And this right here literally is about $4. Same exact thing. Except you have more now, right? And a bigger one. And your whole entire house is being, you can literally feel the energy off of these. Literally. The thing about these too is, there is a disclaimer that I do want to put on these. If you have challenges with the sun, if you have challenges laying out in the sun, for example, if you lay in the sun too long and you need sunscreen, or you get sunspots when you are in the sun, or you get sunburn, it's a very possibility that these may be too powerful for you if you make too many of them in your home. You can try them and maybe put a couple, but if you put a lot, then for your specific species, and I'm not being funny, I'm being real. If you don't want to hear real, you may have to go to another channel. For your specific species, this can actually make you combust. So if you have a problem being of the sun or in the sun or needing sunscreen or sunspots, sunburn, you get sunburn real easy when you're in the sun. This right here can cause a specific frequency in your system. It may be too much for you because you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the energies come off of this. Now, I like to look at the positive side of everything. I like to not, look at, okay, I'm going to explode or I'm going to combust. So just do a couple of them, do a few of them. But at least if you have a couple of them or a few of them in your home, like I can get out of control with it because I'm, the sun is my empire. This is my planet. So basically, this is not only helping me, but this is also purifying the air. It cleanses the air. It helps with the different toxins and the different radiations and anything that is not going to be healthy for my um, children or myself. Now, you don't hear the sound anymore coming out of this, right? Now it's still playing, but what's happening is there is a like a hum, like a everything is rhythm, everything is frequency. So because everything is rhythm, frequency, sound, this is actually moving right now. What I'm gonna do is I will sit this on top of this, but I'm gonna sit it on top of a number of these, and it's still gonna be moving. But just for the sake of the video, what I'm gonna do is I want to keep that going while I continue to make my other um, resonance. Now, there's others that are 741 hertz, and these are theta beats, theta binary beats. So basically, even any type of rife, yeah, hear that? Any type of rife, RIF, rife frequencies, RIFE, that there's a rife frequency for radiation detox, for electromagnetic radiation from cells. There's theta binary beats. This removes toxins. It detoxes your body. This also help for everyone, even if you're outside all the time. And what are you doing to detox yourself from the trails that are in the sky? The chemtrails are filling you up with metal detox, metals within your system, and this is a way to detox yourself from those specific poisons. So I hope that this video can help someone out there. I know I'm super excited to make so many of these. I was like kind of bugged out because I'm so trying to get these done, and that I kept forgetting like one thing here, one thing there, but finally I got everything in. But I still forgot something because I still ended up having to get the one plier cutters that I forgot, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna twist this with my finger. So you can see the metal is inside of there, the rocks are inside of there. You don't have to get the jars this big, they don't have to be this tall at all. I just happen to get jars this tall because I love candles, and I make my own candles. And I buy candles here and there, but I usually make my own candles. I just buy the supply, and I get soy wax when I make candles, and I already get the sticks and everything that come in it. So I usually get these tall types of jars. I get different size jars, and these are the ones that I just decided to get for this specific project that I want to work on. So I just wanted to share this with those of you who are interested in turning your house into a superconductor, turning your house into, because basically you have radiation in your house anyways. But the thing about it is, I don't want to scare those of you who I was talking about you combusting, because it's more than likely rare, but it's actually you're more prone to being, poisoned or radiated with the toxins that are coming into your home from the different radiations coming from your phone than, something like combustion. So let's look at the positive side of things and know that we're dealing with the positive and the negative polarities anyway. So we're dealing with a positive and a negative charge. We're looking at the different hertz, the different frequencies. I will be sharing more with those of you out there regarding frequencies, because it's one thing to just frequency, repeat the word. It's so easy. It's funny too, because I wasn't hearing anyone talk about frequencies, and I was like, the second I say it, I know I'm gonna start hearing it. And I said it, and next thing you know, everyone was talking about frequencies. But I want to open myself up more to share with those of you who have not got a chance to take any of my one-on-one classes or any of my portals, to show you more of my gifts. There's so much where this comes from. This is nothing, but there's so much to show you. I mean, we live in a universe that's so vast with knowledge, and I love sharing what it is that I have been gifted to show you. And then also this helps with specific frequency as well. So if you like this video, Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and feel free to share it. Feel free to rewind it, do whatever you need to do to help you be the best version of you that you can possibly be. Oh, now you want to make it out now, huh? Now that I'm finished. You can help me with the other ones, though.
Okay.
All right, everyone. So, as I stated, I'm going to sit this right on top of there for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start getting my other ones done, because I'm about to wrap this one right now because it's a bigger crystal. I want to just try it and see what it, how it comes out. And then probably for one of them, I'm going to use this crystal as well and do just different ones. So, but I do recommend, though, even though I am going to put this in one of them, I'm still going to have this beaming from the top, because the clear quartz crystal, there's nothing like a clear quartz crystal. I mean, a clear quartz crystal is very good for, oh my gosh, it's hundreds and hundreds of properties. It's probably one of those healing crystals, one of the most protective crystals of any type of radiation, toxins, negativity. But then also, we made necklaces the other day, and I'm going to take off the necklace that I have to show you. Oh, it's not on. I don't have it on. Where's my necklace? Is it backwards? Yeah, I have it on. If I can get it off. Okay, yeah, we made necklaces the other day because we're always doing something holistic. Okay, we made these necklaces, and we made out of crystals. Now we just put like a little copper wire around it, but we use a black onyx crystal with shark tooth point, and it's like an Indian spear, And I use this, and I put this around my daughters. We all have the same crystals except the girls. Joy, let me see your necklace. Except I put beads around theirs. I use a specific bead that I got because of the knowing of my ancestors use specific colors. The specific colors have different meanings. So for each one of my children, I base the different beads off of their frequency, because I know how to read their body, how to read their energy, and how to be able to tell how many beads they need and which colors that they can use to help with the balance of their vibration. Now, as you can see, this string here is just a little cheap string, but it's an elastic string. One thing I notice is that with children, if you get them something like this, a very cheap elastic type of string, then you don't have to worry about having the different leathers or expensive chains that they're not going to keep up with anyways. Things like this is more like you would see a child make in a kindergarten classroom or a third grade classroom. And trust me, they will keep it on longer. Okay. Now on Jordan's, we have the basic crystal on this that goes around her neck, but it's still a superconductor that's protecting her from a lot of the radiation, because she's using the iPad, quite a bit. So yes, so that there will be more I'll share with you if I get a chance to, but I just want to share. So hopefully you're able to learn something today. Try to see, the point is right now, what I'm sharing with those of you is there is a 0 point that's happening right now. And in order for me to be able to show you who you are, I have to show you the tools that we used. And in order for me to show you the tools that we use, I have to tap into my ancestral knowledge. And there are those who have stolen the knowledge for so long from my specific species. But because they have stolen the knowledge, my ancestors have assured me that those of us who are indigenous to this planet will be getting downloads that no one else will become privy to, because the information has been not only stolen from our specific species, but it has been stolen and used inappropriately. So, as the entire planetary shift has a reset going on, the reset is the information coming back to its natural source in a natural order. So, as we go through this shift, there's one thing for people to talk about it, but what are they teaching you to do about it to make it through the shift? That is my point. That is my frequency. That is my vibration, and I love sharing it with each and every one of you. So, thank you very much for being a part of this journey. I am so super excited to share more with you in the coming days ahead. In the meantime, in between time, if you don't have any funds at all, I know the Dollar Trees, I know they're all going out of business. Payless, there's over 5,800 stores going out of business. They've already signed off to go out of business. There's another 5,000 stores that are going out of business before this year is out. So I know Payless had their sale the other day. We were passing by, or actually my daughters, they just left the house to go shopping, and Payless was literally almost like no shoes. So I know the dollar stores for sure are going out of business. I was so happy, I had to go like 45 minutes, almost an hour to get to the closest Dollar Tree. But I was able to grab these, so I was so happy to get it. So if you're able to get it, cool. If not, if you can't get anything at all from any Dollar Tree, you don't have access to it, then I just recommend that you pull up a detox frequency of a rife, something that is dealing with detox. Now, those of you who know me know that I don't go into let's just say a lot of people will be offended because of me having to talk about the difference in race and cultures, but it's not for a prejudice or a unhealthy benefactor, but it is for me to speak of knowledge, for you to hear somewhere holistically that is based and built off of truth and fact. And being that this is Nubian news, I don't know if you know who the original Nubians were, but they were the original indigenous people of these specific cosmos, of this specific earth vibratory field. So if you have a challenge with that, then you may want to go ahead and hop the hell off this page and go find a frequency of your own flow. In the meantime, in between time, just click the dislike button, because I don't buck dance for anyone. But for those of you who are interested in finding out more about the truth, about what is happening in this plane of existence and why the reset button is so important for it to come into play right now, as well as what was left out of the history books that so many are going to be upset about because their forefathers did not tell them the truth about what it is that they have stolen from the original beings of these specific cosmos, and why there is a galactic war of even the spaceships that are going to show up out of the sky, that are showing up now. And why are they chemtrailing the sky? What are they trying to hide? What are they cloaking? What are they trying to hide about the moon, the sun, the stars, the original people of planet Earth? Why are they imprisoning so many people of color and putting them in jail to use their bodies as cells to charge Earth's atmosphere? So as we are the original celestial being of these cosmos, we are going from celestial beings into photon beings, and the entire world is seeing the shifts. Everyone's watching the planets. They're saying, okay, we're having a triple retrograde, or we're having Venus in a specific position, or Saturn or Mars or Pluto. But what does that mean? What is everyone talking about? Why are you watching the planets if you're not going to tell the whole story? If we're gonna really get to the bottom of this, for you to really understand what's going on, so that way you don't be in fear, because fear is only false events that appears real, and you are only fearful when you are not privy to the knowledge that is conducive to what is really happening, and why there's a reset going on right now, and what you can do to not only help yourself be in a specific position to be able to make the shift, but to prepare not just yourself, but your family as well, to get back to a natural order of knowledge. There is one thing that can never be combated in this specific moment in time, and that is fact, and that is truth. And when everything else falls, when everything else crumbles, truth will sustain itself. And that's where we're at right now. And a place of knowing, not believing, because believing has lie in it. And we have lied in the midst of falsehood for too long. So, for those of you who are going to be following me on this journey to help you reset your energies, to put specific things in place in your life, whether it's the matters of the heart, whether it is you, showing your children what you need to show your children to help them make the shift so they'll be more comfortable, then let's just do that. Let's just vibe that way. All right. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. This is very super fun. Have a beautiful, magical moment in time, everyone. Nubian Divine.